they do the Gentleman Rhymer, and we did a trade. We were on one of his songs, and he was on one of our songs.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes down. It's like, I'll do a song on your album, and you can keep all the, just sign all over the rights to you, and then, but you have to do a song on our album.
It's just mutually beneficial, and
Yeah.
we kind of intermingle fans and stuff. That's the hope, anyways. And then when we play shows together, like one time in Canada, we were Professor Elemental and us were at the same show, and we were able to play Sky Sharks is what he provided a rap on, and he did it live for us. So that's always a treat, which we've only done it once. Because we don't always sync up with the bands we collaborate with.
He was there the night of
UK.
the UK, but no one told us that he was going to be, so we couldn't rehearse with him.
It was like, 5 minutes. He's like, hey, we doing Sky Sharks together? I'm like, we don't have any of the tracks ready for that.
The song we did for him is actually The Weird West.
Yeah, he didn't even give us anything. He was just like, can you make a chorus? And I'm like, yes, I can.
So we're Rex Marksley, Captain Albert, and Sam.
Sam did.
And Sam, the band.
So we kind of make a camp. Oh, there's Steve.
Oh, there's Steve.
Steve's in that one too.
It's the only time.
This was shot in Tucson, Arizona, at this old movie studio kind of place.
Let's be gentlemen, maybe even make amends. A nice game of cards. The loser buys the winner dinner.
Big Jakey just laughed. The cards is no beginner. All across the bar, relief on all the faces. But as he dealt, from the sleeve fell several aces, and Jake's face fell. Stood up, eyes narrow. The stranger did a dance like a badly injured sparrow. Jake struck first, stranger ducked. Jake missed and punched one of three brothers. So while the stranger hid, the brothers stood together. The last man you've ever seen. Jake's crew squared up, evil mood. Someone yelled out. Others came out swinging, bringing chaos to the bar. Dangerous men and women, bottles smashing, people flying, punches landing. And when it was all done, no one left standing.
I guess we're not gonna hear the chorus.
I was waiting for that chorus.
Yeah,
We do this great chorus that eventually happens.
It's in the song somewhere. Anyways, that was our other collaboration.
Well, let's have another question. With the ears.
I recently saw you folks in Lockport, Illinois, and I very much enjoyed the smaller venue that you guys put on. It gave me a more personal experience being with you. How do you feel about a smaller venue?
How do we feel about a smaller venue?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show purely from how personable it was. The people organizing it were really cool.
Yeah.
Our gripes would be with the sound system, which probably couldn't compare to Youmacon's. And theirs was particularly bad, but that was just, it wasn't their fault. It was just kind of a...
But we definitely enjoy the more intimate events. For that one in particular, there weren't many people at the show, and it wasn't a numbers game. It was that they only sold like a few hundred tickets, and that was it. And then they weren't going to let anyone else. So that was nice because they had like a little VIP thing, and we got to go and mingle, which we don't always get to do when there's a few hundred people. So it's always nice. But those events are few and far between.
Yeah, we dig them. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, we'll pretty much do anything. For an event like that, that was run by the city, so I wouldn't say money is not an issue for that, but it's expensive to fly folks out from California to put on 1 hour and a half long show. So usually it's like a bigger convention that can justify it. But for that one in particular, that's why that happened, is because it was run by the city, I think.
Good question. Let's have another. I'm gonna go in the back here, yes.
What suggestions do you have for people who are aspiring artists?
Suggestions for people who are aspiring artists? Well,
What
don't
type
stop.
of artist?
Performing artists.
Artists.
Performing.
Don't stop doing it if you really want to, and if you don't, I guess don't plan on making a living at doing it, and manage your time to be able to afford whatever supplies you need to do it, and keep doing it. Eventually, at least you'll have one fan, right? Besides your mom, and she'll come to your shows or whatever.
Yeah, you really have to eat and drink it and breathe it. It's and I would say get used to failure. Get used to just
Yeah.
embarrassing yourself, disappointments, because there's gonna be a lot of them. Even there's always these times when it's just like, it just doesn't get easier. It's a constant uphill battle. But you know, there's some great stuff along the way if you're willing to put in the time and energy. But I don't know if we've just been lucky or we just found the right
Niche?
yeah or niche or
Quiche?
mix of people like. I don't know, but we've been pretty successful. But we did do a lot of training in mime and graphic design and working in corporate America and all this running a business, all those things.
Well, yeah, I think any financial success, which allows basically the robots able to do it for a living, and not much anyone else, unfortunately. That's probably due more to just us being small and being able to do everything ourselves. But before we kind of made it a company and decided to do that, we had no aspirations. Well, maybe we did, but we never thought we would be able to make a living doing it. It was always a weekend hobby. But at a certain point, the tables kind of turned and it was like, well, we can't really not do it as a living because, you're selling too many albums, you need someone to do that. So we started doing that ourselves.
I think it's fair to say like you got to be a jack of all trades, and it's not a bad thing. Like learn everything you can. You have to be able to run your website and all the finances and taxes, everything. Whether you compartmentalize that between different people or you do it all yourself, you have to. In this day and age, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't know how to do those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's less about having to learn wear multiple hats. I mean, that helps if you can, but it's the performing side of things is such a small. I mean, I think most artists want to pursue the art, even if there's no audience, right?
Right.
But
most of what we do is not getting up on stage. That's the payoff. That's like a tiny bit of everything else we do, which is not fun. Just to put it out there.
yeah, it's a job like anything
Yeah.
else. I mean, just think of any white-collar job.
Well, you're gonna have to, no matter what craft you want to pursue or for your own creative endeavor, you're gonna have to work. Whether it's gonna be at Walmart or doing your own, administrative stuff, you're gonna have to work. So.
I mean, unless you find someone with a suitcase with money, but that never came along for us.
Yeah, let us know if you find the guy with the cigar and the bag of money with a dollar sign on it. Like,
I think that's kind of how things are going. I mean, I think they're calling them creators now, like all the YouTube folks who make content and stuff. Creators. So maybe it's the age of creators, where the internet has empowered everyone to basically go and do anything. Like if you want to make a song, like the technology is there now that you don't need reel-to-reels and you don't need a record producer. You can go and make some crappy recording in GarageBand and yeah, it'll sound fine and people will like it. I mean, that's where I started, not in GarageBand, but I think the technology is definitely bringing things closer, more accessible to folks, which means there's now everyone's a creator, right?
It's true. It's easier, probably.
So the moral of the question is
Don't stop.
don't stop. What's
going.
never stop?
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop. Never. What did Justin Bieber say?
Stop no more.
baby, baby, oh. That's what Justin Bieber said.
I think it was like, baby.
Oh, I didn't want to get sued, but now we have fines.
Don't
All right,
stop,
that's
never
good.
stop. Let's have another question. I'm gonna go pinstripes shirt.
Oh. What would you call the most cringeworthy moments on stage? At all?
Answered that.
Or do you got
Kinda already answered that question.
The cringeworthy?
Cringeworthy moment? We said embarrassing.
Yeah.
Be embarrassing but not cringe.
What's the difference?
We aim for the more cringes, the better for us. Really. So, anytime, man.
Did you have a particular moment that you thought maybe might have been cringeworthy? You're like putting people on the spot.
Any pun? Usually, anytime someone says a pun, I'm like, so, yeah.